Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Little Hand says it's time to rock and roll.
Bring the noise.
And welcome to a special supplemental edition of Wildcard Cinema here on the Full Circle Radio Network. I'm your producer, JJAlexander. Joining me for tonight's festivities are my co-hosts, Greg and Mark, for our 2025 Year in Review Spectacular Bonanza. How you guys doing tonight?
A little tired. I don't feel like I'm in the middle of a bonanza of any kind, but I'll do my very best.
I'm doing just fine.
Yeah, I had to change it up because last year I think I said extravaganza, so this year it's just a bonanza. It's like one step down.
Well, 2025 certainly was one step down.
Yes, zing. All right, so this is just going to be a kind of chill, laid back, us talking about the films that we saw that came out last year and also what we're looking forward to for 2026. Think we should establish a ground rule. Let's leave the like super big releases for later on. The big blockbusters.
Okay.
We'll get to them. I'm not saying we're not going to talk about them, but let's get to like other stuff first.
Sure.
Cool.
All right. So I'm not sure how we want to do this.
I don't quite remember what we did last year.
I think we just kept floating back and forth on each other. I mean, all I've got my Plex library set up, so I've got it showing like 2025 movies right at the top. So and I can just see like what I've got checked off and what I don't. So how about we just let's have a little fun with this. Let's start off with each of us just like picking a movie and we'll just go from there, like a movie we've seen, and we'll play off each other. And
okay,
one of y'all can go first.
Mark,
Greg.
you want to? Oh, okay.
Greg,
you
do the honors.
I'll do it. I'll go. Yeah. So I guess if we want to do things that are not big, I'll pick something that is definitely not big and probably only in a few people's wheelhouse. Definitely in my wheelhouse. This year, Tom Green directed his own documentary called "This Is the Tom Green Documentary," and I loved the strolling back through memory lane because I loved Tom Green and still do. So, if you want a retrospective back on all the craziness of Tom Green's ascension to MTV superstardom, I will say, having been a fan of the show, I didn't realize how shortly of a burst that show was on MTV before he got cancer and it ceased production. It was only like 18 months, which seems wild. But
Really?
yeah.
Does that include his movie?
Yeah.
Was that part of his burst? Yeah.
Yeah.
He went from like cable access in Canada.
Yep.
To MTV to
because
feature, right?
Well, because he did the show and then he was in Road Trip and then Freddy Got Fingered came out like a year later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was it was like a very, very condensed, like 3-4 years of what you think is like over more like 8 but it was very, very quick. And I actually have a DVD of like his old Canadian show stuff and everything. Like, I don't know. You know, it's funny because when you watch the Tom Green documentary, they have a lot of talking head interviews with like the Jackass guys, and like they've definitely like picked up like the slack when that show had to leave MTV. Like without Tom, like a lot of the guys say without Tom Green, we're probably never on MTV. So, so yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. You know, I know he's a he's a certain flavor. I mean, definitely more accessible than like Tim Robinson, but even still, probably like even like the Tim Robinson of his day, kind of. So yeah, but I've always been a fan. I liked it a lot. Amazon Prime Video.
I have not seen it. I fucking hate Tom Green.
Hey, like I said, it's not for everybody. I've always been a big fan. I even liked the movie to a certain extent. It's obviously a mess, and it was cut to shit by the studio. And if he was ever able to like
some sausage, Jacob, would you like some sausage?
if he was ever able to like somewhat rescue like his director's cut, I'd love to see it. But
there are people reassessing that movie these days, or like, was it actually a secret, brilliant, subversive film?
No, and, it's not. It's
I own a copy of it on DVD. I have not watched it all the way through because I don't really like it, but I don't know, maybe one day I'll come around to it.
It's got some clever segments in there of like what Tom Green would do, and like I said, I mean, apparently the studio really hacked it to bits and just put things in weird order, and it's nothing like.
Let's be honest, things were going to be in weird order to begin with.
yeah, I think actually, if I remember correctly from the interview I read, like he showed the movie to the head of the studio, who was subsequently fired before it was like locked in full, and like the studio head really thought it was really good, so it wouldn't have gotten messed with. But I guess the new regime was like, nope, this is not the party. I mean, if anything, I could have seen that movie being shelved over Nothing Lasts Forever, but hey, so yeah, that's just one I'll touch on. You guys can.
Did you see it, Mark?
I did not.
Okay.
I'd be interested to see it. I really would.
But yeah, I didn't even think about all. Yeah, I knew it was coming out. I didn't even think about all the documentaries I watched this year too. I was just thinking of feature films. So I'll have to. Yeah. No. Yeah.
I only had a couple documentaries that I have on my like top 30 list. So I actually, I don't know. In recent years, documentaries, if I don't see them like immediately, they kind of fall off the wayside. But
yeah, that actually might give me a thought. But yeah, so Mark, you go ahead next.
Well, I'll piggyback on the documentary through line. I watched a shockingly little amount of new films this year. So my list is pretty short compared to what you guys' are. I just didn't, watching movies for this show, and I've just been busy. I started a new job this year and some other stuff. Right. So I had a list. Trust me, I had a list, and I still want to see a lot of the stuff that was on that list. I just haven't had a chance to get around to it. But documentary I saw is called John Candy, I Like Me.
That's everyone keeps talking about it. I still haven't watched it. I've been wanting to. I'm going to. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But everyone has been raving about it.
Well, it's fine. You get to know a lot about him, his personal life, and the things he was going through, during the filming of some of his biggest roles, and it goes into his struggles with his family life early on. He lost his father when he was young, and some other stuff. But my criticism of the film is that it focuses a little too much on who he was as a person and not as much on who he was as an artist. And every time it gets to a part where it's like, oh, this is one of his biggest well-known things, it basically like says, well, yeah, he was dealing with this at home. Then he showed up on the set of Uncle Buck and he was a genius. Moving on. And you never
I hate when they do that
gap between it, because he was an artist. And to know him as a person, you need to know him as an artist. It doesn't get into any of his creative process or anything like that. It's just like, oh, he was an awesome, lovable guy, and he had this struggle and that struggle. Then he was in this hit movie, that hit movie, this hit movie, and that hit movie. And then he had a problem with this at home. And you just really don't get the full picture, because it starts to feel almost like a puff piece.
They actually shockingly go into much more of his Canadian football owning career than his acting.
Yeah.
I was so on it also. 3.5 stars out of 5 for me. I
know that right after Greg watched it, he asked me, he's like, do you have SCTV on your drive? I'm like, yep, sure do.
I did ask you that.
Watch it. Like, it shows like the Yellow Belly sketch, like all like really, really good sketches that hold up. And it does make you want to watch SCTV for sure.
I tell you, I think I've talked about this before. A lot of modern documentaries, especially that have family input or the stars input. There's a critic that has termed them glossumentries, because they basically,
they gloss over everything.
They glossy. They avoid, and to the credit of this film, they talk about his personal life so much, they don't gloss over the fact that he had, very big problems, especially with eating his feelings and et cetera. But yeah, I mean, it is largely a puff piece, but again, I mean, if he was a great guy, okay, fine. I think they did it to worse effect in I don't know if it came out this year or if it was last year, the Christopher Reeve documentary.
It was 2024.
Oh, I couldn't even watch that, because it was like, oh God, this is the definition of a puff piece. I know the guy was awesome, but let's take it down a couple notches. They called him Superman.
Yeah. Well, see, my problem with that one was, and I won't get too into it because we're not talking about movies from last year, but there was definitely a dark side to Christopher Reeve, and they allude to it without going into it at all, which is a huge problem. So I didn't see. Then? Yeah, I didn't see any dark side of Candy. It's just, I think he was a legitimately great guy. But yeah, I wanted more info on the projects, and other than he was in Home Alone for that one day of shooting. Yeah, okay, we'll talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, it's literally like, oh, he shows up, he was brilliant, and he went home. Okay. Like, yeah, we can all agree he was brilliant. Now tell me about his creative process.
Like, you're really completely correct. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll piggyback off that finish up this first round with documentaries. A documentary I saw that was almost the staunch opposite of that, where they focused on the work and not the person, but that I really enjoyed, was the documentary that came out on Peacock. Downey wrote that.
Oh, that's one of the ones I wanted to see. I just didn't get.
It's on the drive. It's very good, because it's all about his creative process and everything he did with the people at SNL, all the stuff he did with the Lampoon. It was it was laser focused on his work and nothing else, to the fact that in the last 30 seconds of the documentary, they're like, yeah, and I was there for him when he lost his wife and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, he's a widower. Oh, and then you see, yeah, he was married to fucking Jan Hooks. Like, bro.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was just like, that's what you glossed over. Like, you glossed over his personal life and the fact that he was married to Jan Hooks. and was there for her when she, like everything she went through. Like, like literally, they don't even say her name. Though it's like, yeah, I was there for him when he lost his wife, and then you just see a sweeping shot go by of photos on his wall, and there's the photo of them from their wedding, and I'm like, really?
Wow, what an oversight.
I actually meant to watch this, and I completely forgot about it until you just mentioned it. I haven't seen it.
Good. It was really.
It's very
good.
short too.
Yeah, it's short. It was good that it came out the same year as what do you call it? The same year as the 4-part SNL documentary for the 50th anniversary. Like it was a good companion piece to that.
Was that a puff piece? Feels like it
no, the 4-part SNL one was good because each section covered like different aspects. It was like one was like how the people the behind the scenes who did the casting, and one was about the people who arranged the music for the show, and like that 4-part series, which I also have on the drive, but it's another Peacock thing that was really good. It was like as far as paying tribute to SNL this year, they did everything right.
And then there's a Questlove documentary about the music that's separate from that. Correct?
I have that too. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. They did a lot of really good stuff around the 50th anniversary, probably better than even the 50th anniversary show. The
50th anniversary show was all right, but it was like it was going to be 3.5 hours of member berries. Like,
yeah. Yep.
But it was fun.
Something interesting I learned about that 50th anniversary special was they did not spend much time writing that. They wrote that like they do a typical episode. On Monday, they had shit. They had nothing.
Because they waited until the week of to find it's because they waited until that Monday to find out who they had nailed down to appear. Because they didn't want to write sketches for like reoccurring characters for the people to be like, yeah, no, I can't make it.
Right.
Makes sense. If you guys don't have any more documentaries, I just want to mention one more that is on my list here.
I have one, but it's a mockumentary, so I guess that doesn't count.
Yeah, this one could border on mockumentary if it wasn't as so real as it is at times bizarre. It is the making of Francis Ford Coppola's Megalopolis called Megadoc.
Yeah, I've not seen it.
That was on my list, man.
So here's part of the problem with Megadoc. It's fucking phenomenal. So that's not the problem. Problem is nobody has seen Megalopolis unless you're hardcore like me at the AMC once, twice a week. Because now after it's gone from the theater after like the 3 weeks it was there, you can't stream it. You can't rent it. You can't do anything with it. Francis Ford Coppola is like, I'm showing it on roadshow screenings. And if you can't drive to a city to where I'm going to show it somewhere, you ain't seeing it. So
Coppola's a dick.
I mean, I'll stop short of saying that. He definitely has an idea of what he wants to do, which is fine. But like, give people an option to rent it. I mean, he's already lost so much money on it. Make some of it back. I mean, I don't know. So
I don't think he's in his right mind anymore.
Nope. Yeah. Nope.
Megadoc is fantastic. It's amazing that Coppola has 2 banger of documentaries about 2 of his films. This is Heart of Darkness. Yeah. Yep. The bizarre insanity that is going on throughout this production, particularly with his relationship with Shia LaBeouf, is just fascinating to watch. And Coppola knows what he wants to put on the screen, but because he's such an old school filmmaker and he's working with people who are doing things differently, like he's like, he's so thrilled at the beginning. Like I have the visual effects team of Guardians of the Galaxy to make my movie, and I can't wait. It's going to be phenomenal. But he doesn't understand anything that they're doing or what their vision of it is, and they don't see his vision, and he fires them all because they don't see what he wants to be seen on the screen. They don't know how to do what he wants.
That's what happened with Bram Stoker's Dracula. The SFX weren't up to snuff, and he literally fired them all and hired his son to do all of the VFX.
That's true. He hired Roman to do everything. I listened to a podcast episode about that. That is correct. So warts and all, Coppola is a singular force and vision in cinema, and but unfortunately, the stretches between him making film have lapped him, because he can't make a modern film in capacity of what he's doing here. He could probably make an indie film, but in Megalopolis is not the disaster that most people think it is. It's not a great movie, but it's not terrible. It's got some high points. But yeah, they go through a boot camp with all the actors at the beginning, and the director of the documentary takes feedback from the actors. Like Adam Driver doesn't want to be filmed while he's actually acting, but he'll be filmed when he's not acting. The female star doesn't want to be filmed in the documentary while she's eating. He says, okay. So it's just a lot of like, it's very bizarre all over the place, but it's a fantastic watch. I loved Megadoc. It's on the Criterion channel. I know a lot of people don't have it, but yeah, if you have seen Megalopolis, or even if you want to see it without watching it, I highly recommend it. Really, really good. And it'll be
go ahead. Sorry.
It'll be Coppola's last film, so that is what it is also. So
yeah, there's a lot of making of documentaries that came out this year, and a lot of like history. Like another Jaws documentary came out this year. It was called Jaws.
Another one. What else do they have to say about it?
Because everyone does.
Jaws at 50.
Yeah, Jaws at 50.
Jaws at 50.
It was all right.
Yeah.
I still prefer The Shark Is Still Working when it comes to Jaws documentaries.
When I saw Jaws at 50 was going to be on Hulu, I also wasn't aware that it was going to be in the 50th anniversary 4K of it. So they do have it in the 4K. So Jaws at 50 is also in the 4K set. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah. Yeah. As far as documentaries, like a lot of making ofs. The only other one that I would suggest that I thought was interesting just because of the way it was done was the Netflix documentary, The Perfect Neighbor.
Yeah, I'd heard of it, but I haven't seen
it. It's a true crime about this like really racist woman in Florida with the stand your ground law who shot her neighbor because she was a racist bitch. But the whole thing was done. The entire documentary is comprised of just footage from police body cams and from surveillance cams in the police station. It's like a found footage movie, except so it's all first person, and there's no narration, nothing. You just see things you see like something. It shows like the date in the corner, and you see like here's where like the crux of the issue going on, because basically it's this curmudgeonly old bitch who's mad that the neighborhood kids play in the little parcel of land that's next to her house that they're allowed to play in.
That every neighborhood has, that every neighborhood kid goes to.
Yeah, but she's super racist, and she like tries to hit the kids with her fucking truck and like shit like that. And like, yeah, you just see the woman, you see the evil of this like just awful person. And you see it ramping up. And if you don't know what it is, like if you didn't know about the case going in, you don't know what's coming. And then it's just like all of a sudden it hits and you're like, Jesus. And yeah, I liked the way that it was filmed. I think it was extremely innovative, especially for someone like me who's a big fan of the found footage genre, because it was like real life found footage.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, besides that, yeah, but I did like most of the documentaries that have come out in 2025. I haven't sunken my teeth into yet, but I will. That's kind of like at my leisure type of thing. So yeah. Mm-hmm. So how about we move on to feature films?
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Well, I kind of jumped the line there. So Mark, you go ahead and go.
All right. I'm going to go into the mockumentary that I mentioned, if you don't mind.
Okay.
It's Spinal Tap 2. The End Continues.
Yeah. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to.
yeah, I didn't have much hope for it, but
Yeah.
you put a group of people that are that funny together in a room with some cameras, you're gonna get something good. Unfortunately, it got bogged down in endless references to the first one.
Yeah.
I have a
Fucking less.
Can I ask you about that? Can I ask you about that?
Yeah.
Why why the decision to just re-sing all the songs from the first movie?
Yeah.
Don't understand it.
Yeah, I wanted to like it. I did. It had its moments. Of course, it had its moments. There's a scene where they Spinal Tap is in their little makeshift studio practicing one of their songs with Paul McCartney. I thought was really, it was pretty more than it wasn't funny. But to see these guys together doing a song, I forget the name of this song. It's something like Biscuits and something. I forget what it's called. But it's a Spinal Tap song. And it was really beautiful. And I was like, wow, this is a moment that a lot of movies wish they could achieve, like a little moment like this that you're going to remember. But unfortunately, and I hate to say this because this was technically Rob Reiner's last film.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it just felt like not very inspired. And then I learned some stuff about it after the fact that like it took years for them to crack the story.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's the story you cracked?
Like literally all you need to do, like all they really should have done is done a satire of Anvil, the story of Anvil. They could have just done that.
Yeah.
So I like the first Spinal Tap movie a lot. I mean, but it's not one of my like all timers. It's not something that I know all the lines.
Same.
I will say, I thought what Mark thought. I thought hopefully this just isn't a disaster. I didn't think it was. I gave it a 2.5 out of 5. I thought it was fine. But there were 3 older gentlemen in the screening with me. They were the only 3 other people there, and they were laughing out loud a lot more than I was. So maybe there were some callbacks or some, I don't know, or that was it. Maybe I don't know. But again, I know for a fact that they've created a bunch of new music for the new movie, and instead they just give you the hits that you've already heard, and it's very puzzling. Like, why did you waste the time to make the new music?
It's like scene. It's like that scene in Chef with Dustin Hoffman and Jon Favreau.
Yeah. Yep.
So I don't know. I mean, again, it's funny. My brother said to me tonight, I made a joke about something using a Spaceballs joke, and he said to me, hey, on the topic of that, there's no fucking way that movie's going to be any good, right? And I'm like, well, I mean, there's potential for it to be okay. Yeah. But at the same time, again, just like this movie, like I just don't want an all-out disaster. Like I thought Beetlejuice was going to be horrendous. I thought it was okay. It was fine. Same thing with Spinal Tap. I don't know. I probably have some other recent. Naked Gun. Don't be terrible, please. Was pleasantly surprised. So yeah. I mean, we'll see. But yeah, I'm kind of with you. I'm with you on Spinal Tap too, Mark. Definitely. And it's unfortunate about. Obviously, it's unfortunate about Rob Reiner. And they were going to release their final concert. They filmed a concert at Stonehenge to, yep. And now it's going to be delayed like at least a year. I think they said.
Yeah.
So,
but I have a question though. Who is asking for a live Spinal Tap concert at fucking Stonehenge?
I don't know.
I mean, the fact that they actually made music and the music was good. Like, I think it's that novelty of having, because like I might be one of the only people that remembers like they did a because when they're like, oh, they're doing a Spinal Tap sequel, I'm like, they did a Spinal Tap sequel. It was called The Return of Spinal Tap. It was a live concert with the documentary attached that came out in the 80s. Like, but the thing is, and I think it just goes off the matter of, if you remember back in 2021, when South Park did their big anniversary concert at Red Rocks, which was a huge success. I think they were building off of that, and they're like, well, listen, we have this thing built in where we talked about Stonehenge. Like, why don't we actually do this while we still got everyone and, you know, everyone wants to play and everything? Like, why not?
So probably here's the other issue. I mean, if you wanted to do that, you probably could have had the reunion show that's in Spinal Tap 2 be the show at Stonehenge. You could have done that instead.
Right.
And then release the whole concert. That would make more sense, I guess. But I don't know. Again, you're not going to get something amazing when you make a Spinal Tap 2 40 whatever years later. It's just not going to, you know, it's not. So, you know.
I mean, Spinal Tap always holds a little place in my heart just because the band that I was in 22 years ago, like one show where we threw in a bunch of weird covers, we actually did Big Bottom. So
nice.
I've actually performed Big Bottom live.
actually, I will say the biggest and best Spinal Tap moment of 2025 was actually Sabrina Carpenter making her album cover "Smell the Glove." So I will give her credit for that. I mean,
is that what the cover looks like?
It is exactly what they describe in the movie, and yes, it is. And there's no way any of her fans know what they're looking at, and I didn't even realize it until I rewatched the movie. I'm like, wait a minute, like, wait. So yeah, look up the cover of her new album. It's pretty hilarious.
I don't listen to her music, but she's just really funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the day drinking with Seth Meyers that she did a couple of weeks ago was fucking hilarious.
She does a lot of ad-libbed lyrics for places she goes when she performs, and they're very funny.
I can't wait for this Muppet Show special with her.
Oh, yeah.
It looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Very good.
Apparently that's also secret, like it's not secretly, but you know, not well hidden, that's actually a backdoor pilot to actually get a full Muppet Show revival on ABC. Like not like The Office, like the original variety show format.
I was just watching a video on the Muppet Show, the reality show they made that failed.
I liked that show.
And then
I liked it too.
The person who made the video was saying like it took the entire first season and a firing of a showrunner and hiring of a new showrunner for them to crack the code of just making it the fucking Muppet Show variety show.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest thing. I listened to a TV critic. His name is Dan Feinberg, and he's said for the last 8 years, there's no code to crack to the Muppet Show. You just need to make the Muppet Show. Why are you continuously trying different things? Even though I like the Office style series, you didn't need to do that. You just make the Muppet Show. It's not hard.
Right.
So, yeah.
But at least Muppets Tonight, for fuck's sake.
I know, right? that show has got some pretty good episodes.
Yeah. Everyone's happy because Rizzo's finally back.
Oh, because Steve Whitmire got fired.
Yeah, but they got the new guy who does Rizzo and Bean Bunny. He does both those puppets, and he's in the new show. Yeah, there's a YouTube channel I follow that he does a lot of essays on classic Muppet stuff, and he just did a complete breakdown of the teaser trailer frame by frame of like all the characters that have been featured and everything. Yeah, the channel's called Muptown Funk. He's really good.
Oh, cool. Yeah, people get super nerdy about the Muppets. Like, that character was in the background of the third episode of season 2 of the Muppet Show. He's never appeared since. And okay, that's literally
one of the characters in like the Arches in the teaser is Hilda, who was like the backstage seamstress who was only in episode 1 of the original fucking series.
I remember that.
Yeah.
So funny.
The costume. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Interesting. And Miss Mousy was in there too.
I don't know that one.
Miss Mousy was like the original love interest to Kermit before they decided the Kermit and Piggy thing on season 1.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, anyways. So yeah. Well building up, because Greg, you mentioned the Naked Gun, so might as well talk about that one. Yeah, I liked it. I had zero expectations going in. Zero.
Yep.
And I liked
Exactly.
it. And the fact that Zuckerfuck is still bitching about it just shows how out of touch he is. And he needs to shut the hell up.
Yeah. Yeah, I was very pleasantly surprised. It's definitely the showing of a film that got the most laughs I was in this year. Rapid fire jokes. It's actually I played 18 holes of golf before. I was kind of tired. I didn't start dozing off a little bit until it just goes into like the action heavy like third act, which I thought it was okay. But up until then, the 3-4 jokes a minute of it all was perfect. The casting was perfect. It was all great. Which is Akiva Schaffer, very funny.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're able to make a Chip and Dale movie that's very funny, you're probably going to be able to do almost anything.
Watch that.
It's really good.
It's pretty good.
It's really good. Yeah.
Yep.
So, and I think Pop Star Never Stop, Never Stoppin' is probably the most hilarious spoof movie. And
fucking good.
Yep. Yeah. It's the best spoof movie since Scary Movie 1, I think. So,
yeah, I own a copy of that on DVD. I pop it in every once in a while.
I fucking love Popstar. I have the soundtrack. Like,
do you have the physical like soundtrack?
I don't. It's just, what do you call it? It's just I have the whole playlist on my iTunes. Yeah.
If you buy like the soundtrack on vinyl, there's like 4 different covers, and they're all the Connor for Real album covers. So like
awesome.
You can get like the Thriller for Real.
Thriller also.
Thriller also.
Thriller also. And it's in the like the soundtracks in the Thriller also like packaging. It's pretty hilarious.
I was at a thrift store on Saturday, and I was looking, and they had like in the back corner they had some stacks of vinyl, and I don't have a vinyl player anymore, but I just looked, and right on the top was a vinyl copy of Tron, the album, the actual like
the Wendy Carlos,
the like not the score or the soundtrack, but the actual like movie. Like apparently, like it's got like the dialogue from the movie over the score.
Oh.
Yeah, it's still there. I'll let you know where it is if y'all interested. I think it's like $3.
I'm kind of interested. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll let you know where. I won't say it here because then someone will go grab it.
There you go.
Yeah.
So Naked Gun. So we all thought pretty good.
Yeah, I just don't think we're gonna get a sequel.
Probably not. Maybe
it'll get. It didn't. It made money, but I think just now, like, I think it'll take too long. It'll get stuck in development hell. Plus, now everyone's kind of mad at Liam Neeson's. So,
why is that?
Because he took another job doing voiceover narration for an anti-vax documentary.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, and then like it came out, and he's like, "Well, I don't believe any of this stuff." It's like, then you shouldn't have taken the fucking paycheck, asshole.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say people are mad about that fake romance with him and Pamela Anderson. They did just to movie? Yeah.
I will say, it might not be completely fake. I think they might have gotten drunk enough to sleep together one night. But based on what I've heard, because they did spend a weekend or a week together on vacation, where she brought her chef or her housekeeper. She brought someone that is employed by her to where they stayed also. So yes, they could have at least been intimate. So I'm not going to say it's totally fake.
Well, that is information I didn't need. Nor is it information anyone needs. Like,
yeah, I just relay what is out there. That was in papers,
and it's like front page news.
You never know nowadays. All right. So back to you, Greg.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Let me see. So we're doing things people probably don't know about. Well, I really like Samara Weaving. You guys know who she is? She stars. She was the star of Ready or Not. If you've seen that.
Oh yeah, yep.
She's in a movie with Jack Nicholson's son Ray, who plays psychotic characters most of the time, and he's pretty good at them. It's called Borderline. It's on Amazon Prime and Peacock. Most people don't seem to like it that much. I thought it was really good, but I'm a sucker for like visuals, and there's some like really great sequences in that film, in a dance club with music. That kind of stuff always, hits me. I'm a sucker for that, but I really like Samara Weaving. I try to watch everything she does, even the stuff. She does a lot of like stuff that goes straight to streaming. There is a Ready or Not 2 coming out, so. But yeah, I like Borderline as something that no one has really talked about much, or like I said, liked. And while I'm talking about that, I might as well skip to one other thing because you guys just haven't seen that. Maybe Joe has seen Companion.
Yes.
Okay.
I have.
I also really like Sophie Thatcher.
Yeah.
And I like Companion a lot also.
I was a bit weary that they gave away too much in the trailer.
They do.
But the fact that they get to that only about 20 minutes into the movie, I was fine with.
It's another example of why I hate trailers. I mean, I understand you have to somewhat sell the movie, but it's just going to be so much better without knowing that, you know?
Yep.
And while we're here, fuck it. I forgot to put it in, so I'll put it in here. Spoilers ahead. In case, because we really haven't, because we were talking about documentaries and stuff, but
we haven't. Yeah,
we're probably going to let some stuff slip here and there.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I dug Companion for the most part. I liked how there were a couple little twists and turns added in where I was like, okay. They kind of got a little obvious as it was going. Mark, you didn't see it, did you?
No, sir.
So basically, Sophie Thatcher it's Jack Quaid and Sophie Thatcher are a couple. They're away for this weekend retreat with two other couples, and basically you find out about 20 minutes in that Sophie is an AI bot. There's a service that makes love companions, and so because the whole story is told is narrated by Sophie Thatcher's character. So she's she describes the meet cute where she meets Jack Quaid and everything. And then you find out it's just all program. And because what happens, so basically what happens is they here's my one qualm about Companion. And it's not about the movie, it's about Hollywood and casting. I'm a little tired of the fact that because Jack Quaid plays the milquetoast likable guy in The Boys, that every other fucking IP has to make him this incel asshole.
I was gonna say the exact opposite of that, because I haven't seen him in this kind of counter role before. What else has he been in that he's been like this?
Scream. The legacy
right.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Right,
he's
right.
The same fucking character.
Well, have you seen Novocaine?
No, he's an asshole.
Did you watch Novocaine? Did you watch Novocaine from this year?
I have not.
Okay, so that in that movie, it's an action movie where he can't feel anything. So because he's a scrawny guy and he gets his ass kicked, he doesn't feel anything. He just keeps going after it. So he plays more of The Boys character in that. So when I saw a Companion, I'm like, oh, they're playing him against type. I like that. But you're right. I forgot about Scream.
Yeah. And Novocaine I didn't bother watching because I was just I already saw this in the last season of The Boys where he took the 10th V and had superpowers for a day.
Yeah, you don't need to watch. No one needs to watch Novocaine. It's fine. It's fine. It's like this year we got a lot of these John Wick knockoffs. Novocaine.
Love
the
Hurts.
One with Love Hurts. Yep.
I didn't watch it, but yeah.
No, it's Love Hurts is worse than Novocaine.
Nobody 2.
Nobody 2.
I liked Nobody 2.
Sharon Stone is the highlight of Nobody 2.
She was fucking weird in that movie, man.
I know. I liked it. I like
no,
that.
but like but the thing is, like, she was purposely trying. Perfect example. I remember a conversation I had with Mark years ago, and this reminded me of Sharon Stone and Nobody 2. I remember when Balls of Fury came out, the fucking ping pong movie, the dude from Fanboys and shit, and you watch the trailer, and I remember Mark said to me, he's like, I feel like they didn't use a script and they just put Christopher Walken in this outfit and said, hey, Chris, just be wacky Christopher Walken and go. And that's what it felt like they did with Sharon Stone and Nobody 2. They're like, hey, Sharon, be fucking stupid.
Yeah, but I liked her dance.
That was the part where I was like, what the fuck is she doing?
Yeah, it was bizarre, but I dug it. I don't know. I mean, if not for nothing, if she doesn't do that, Nobody 2 is just Nobody 1. I mean,
I don't know. I think I liked Nobody 2 more than Nobody 1. I liked the first one. I think I like the second one more.
I think I think we also fell into a trap in 2025 where these movies that came out during the coming out of COVID era that made money at the theater because there was nothing in the theater, then we get these sequels for these movies that performed well when there was no movies in theaters, and they put them in summer because it made a lot of money. We put it in the summer now, and they completely just read the room wrong. Nobody 2 is one of them. Megan 2.0 is the biggest example of them.
I didn't watch it. I want to.
I would think. Yeah, I think Megan Point 2 is the better movie than the first one, but they completely these studios lost the plot. They instead of just saying, okay, we made a lower budget thing that caught on, let's just repeat that. Let's keep the budget somewhat close, and I think Nobody 2 did keep their budget somewhat close, but let's keep the budget somewhat close, and then let's release it at the same time where there's like not all this summer blockbusters out. Like, who was going to see Nobody 2 in the summer against like? I know it's not a good movie, but against Jurassic World, you're not going to see Nobody 2 over Jurassic World if you're a mass audience like consumer.
Yeah.
You're just not. It just doesn't make it. Just none of it made sense.
Like the one explosion.
I think Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is the same thing. It's like the first movie made a lot of money. And I know it's based on IP, and I know that people were going to go see it anyway. But it was so much bigger because there was nothing in theaters. And that movie debuted day and date on Peacock and still made a ton of money.
Right.
Really?
At least with this, but at least the sequel they put close to they put close to Halloween. Like they put it in horror movie season.
They released it at the same time as the first movie completely. But I just think that they were like, all right, we had this huge movie, it's going to be huge again. And it's like, probably not. You're comparing like apples to oranges in theater landscape. Like I said, I mean, if, there was nothing in the theater when these first movies came out. You just have to adjust your expectations. Not for nothing, Jason Blum has completely owned the fact that they botched Megan completely. He went on a podcast, an industry podcast, and straight up faced the heat and said, I fucked it up. So, hey, good for him. He recognizes the error of the ways, but sometimes you can see the writing on the wall before it even happens. Like, step back and just think a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. But again, Nobody 2, I love the cast, and I just think that we get a lot of these John Wick. Enough of this John Wick. Yeah. We're good. We're good at this point.
But so circling back to Companion, because we just like jumped through. But circling back to Companion, I thought the execution was good. I like the concept was. I dug the concept and the fact that like they kind of covered everything as far as like, well, why this and why that. Like they kind of answered all the whys along the way, so you really weren't wondering like, because it's like the whole thing is like they're trying to steal all this money from this dude, and he hacks his sex bot to do it. And so like he bought like a mod on the dark web and everything, and then it's just like, well, why does he need the money if he's obviously got money if he's got this sex bot, and this other person's got their sex bot, and then you come to find out that like, no, he fucking rents his because he lives in a fucking shitty 1-bedroom apartment, and he doesn't even own her. She's on lease, and the other dude, and the other dude that's got one, it's like it's one of like the first models, like he hasn't upgraded in like 10 years. So like,
wow,
yeah,
a rental sex bot. 1 out of 10. Do not recommend. Oh man.
But and I love how it's like how it's just like you could adjust like you could adjust everything with the app on your phone, and so like you could adjust her intelligence and adjust her eye color and all this shit, and like her voice tone and shit. And so like then like I just love the part where she fucking steals his cell phone and opens it up, and she changes her intelligence to 100%. And then like, and so then she can figure out how to get in, like she goes to like get in his electric car that's voice activated, and it won't listen to her. So she like changes the pitch of her voice to sound like his to get it to start. Like I dug on that shit. I was like, they're covering every fucking base. Like this is fun. I like this. Like it was a fun movie.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, I definitely recommend. Like at least for a one-time watch. Like I'm not saying it's like cinematic masterwork, but it was fun. It was a fun movie. It was a good popcorn movie.
Cool.
It's a good movie for when it came out, February, March. That's exactly what you want.
Right. Yep. That's a Valentine's Day movie.
Yes.
Of course, I had to stop myself because there were many times during the movie where I just kept thinking of the Whitest Kids You Know sketch. Sex robot, sex robot.
Oh yeah, sex robot.
Sex robot, sex robot. And now wife is gonna kill me.
You know, you bring up the Whitest Kids, and this is just a quick little tangent that nobody I know talks about this, so I just want to throw it in here real quick.
Yeah.
Zach Kreger.
Oh yeah,
the Whitest Kids You Know.
Yeah, 2 hits this year.
Yeah, and the fully completed animated Whitest Kids You Know movie called Mars that was completed, edited before Trevor's death.
Yeah,
is still sitting on a fucking shelf. Can someone explain that to me?
It's probably going
0 updates.
It'll probably change now with Kreger. As long as he wants it, to happen, I would imagine that's going to change.
Yeah, I think he's gotten to the point now where he's got enough hits under his belt, and they can see what he does. Where a studio, he can basically grab a studio by the balls and be like, "You want me to bring you another fucking hit? You're going to let me fucking release this."
I'm reading that he's doing like Resident Evil, and I'm like, what about Mars?
Yes, he is.
Right.
He's doing the new Resident Evil. Yep.
Yeah, so let's talk about that when we talk about next year films, because I have some information on that actually. So
yeah, I've seen some stuff too. So it's technically on you, Mark, right now, in case for another something you want to mention.
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay. I was throwing it to you for another movie.
Yeah, you want to?
Oh, do you want my next movie? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You cut out a little bit, and I thought I misunderstood you. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's good. We were gonna shy away from like big, like blockbuster movies.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, that's all I got left, and there's only a few of them. So unless you guys want to like review your own smaller movies and then come back to me, it's up to you guys.
Well, we'll just keep the open dialogue as it is as we go along, because I'm sure like we'll ramp up. Like I was really only looking at like when I was like saying like the blockbusters, I was basically like thinking of like MCU, DC, Jurassic, and Avatar. Like everything else is fair game.
Okay. All right. Then I will go with Joe. You're not gonna like this. Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein.
Still ain't watched it.
We know you. We know Mark is a fan, so
we know Mark is a fan from group chat. But
true. Oh, I thought maybe we mentioned it on the show.
No, we didn't talk about it.
Oh, okay.
So
I fucking love it. I love every minute of it. Flaws, warts, and all. It's not a faithful adaptation of the book, but no Frankenstein films, aside from Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, are really adaptations of the book. Not even the beloved 1930s classic. It's got almost nothing to do with the book. It invents whole characters out of whole cloth. I think it's a really well-made passion project, and it's gorgeous, and everything about it is gorgeous. And I bought a bootleg DVD, bootleg Blu-ray. Like the minute I saw it, I was like, "Oh, I need to own this."
Greg, I know you've seen it, so I'll let you.
Definitely not as high on it as Mark is.
It's understandable.
I can respect the craft of it all. Obviously, Del Toro is brilliant filmmaker. I think what missed it for me, a lot of the scenes like outside look completely CGI and unrealistic. All the stuff inside looks practical for the most part. I do think the character design of Frankenstein is pretty great. I know some people have had problems with it, but he did literally translate it from the page from what I've been told.
Basically.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw, but last night Jacob Elordi won Best Supporting Actor for playing Frankenstein at the Critics' Choice Awards. So that's going to kick off.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's a good actor, Jacob Elordi. He's good. I don't know. I don't know why it didn't resonate for me. I gotta say, Del Toro's film before Frankenstein, Nightmare Alley, I think is phenomenal. That was one of my favorite movies from that year. So maybe it just, I don't know. Maybe I just look to that for comparison. And I was just lukewarm on this. I didn't dislike it at all. And again, I think I've said this before. I usually don't have any reference to source material. So, but yeah, I mean, like I said, Oscar Isaac's really good. Mia Goth is really good. She's pretty good in most things. But yeah, as a whole, it just didn't work completely for me. But again, still a solid movie, good movie. I do think it's very strange that he has to bring his passion project, which is Frankenstein, not like it's like something that's wholly original that people are like, we don't want to do this because we don't have any. It's fucking Frankenstein. Like, how did he not get a studio that would say, yeah, we'll make this? Like, he had to go to Netflix, which is fine. I mean, again, I'm not against Netflix, like, but I'm puzzled as to why no one would make this film. It's strange to me.
Well, Del Toro has a very puzzling career. A lot of false starts. He was supposed to do The Hobbit, and that didn't pan out. He's supposed to do this and that and this. And it's like, why not? Like, they wouldn't make a Hellboy 3. Why not? They'll reboot it, but they won't give Guillermo del Toro a shot at part 3. Like,
right.
If it seems, I don't know if it's the language, like he's a foreigner, so people are like, oh, we don't want him being an American. I don't know. It is
bizarre. It is bizarre. I'll never understand the Hellboy thing, because instead of just letting them do ending a trilogy, they made a terrible reboot and then made it.
I like the reboot.
No, no.
Saw it in the theater with Mark.
I did.
I saw it in the theater too. Yeah, unfortunately.
I liked it. And I liked the fucking direct to streaming one that came out last year that everyone shat on.
That's better. I think that's better.
Really?
Yes, I think it's good.
I think it's better.
I saw the first 20 minutes and I was like, this is like a student film.
I still don't think it's good. I don't think it's good, but I think it's better. I'll never understand that as well. I mean, listen, they made the guy. They let the guy make a movie where Blade was like murdering, incubating babies. Like,
yeah.
That's like the most insane thing I've ever seen is Blade 2, maybe. And and it made a lot of money too. I don't know. You're right. Del Toro has a weird a weird track record. If anything, I could see a studio saying, we're not going to make Nightmare Alley because it's a remake of a movie that most people don't know, and it's very non-mainstream. There's no mainstream aspect. Again, yeah, he got Bradley Cooper's, which I'm sure got the green light, but I still don't understand why a studio wouldn't just let him make a Frankenstein movie. It's just bizarre to me. But
did you see his Pinocchio movie? I thought
I didn't. Amazing. I think I didn't like it only because I was Pinocchio'd out. I had like a month.
Yeah.
I had a month prior seen that terrible fucking version with Tom Hanks. It's so shitty.
Skitty.
It's so bad. He like the Jiminy Cricket keeps calling Pinocchio Pinocchio in most of this. It's so bad.
Well, wait, but that was separate from the Pauly Shore one?
I don't even know what that is.
Dude, you don't know about the CGI Russian-funded fucking Pinocchio movie where Pauly Shore played Pinocchio? It's like where all the memes came from. Skiddy. Who's like what he always says when he's like running away.
Isn't there also a Pinocchio with the guy from Life is Beautiful? Am I missing that?
Yep. That's what's his name? Roberto Benigni.
Yeah, I don't know. I was Pinocchio'd out. I think that's what ruined Del Toro's for me. I think maybe if I watched it again.
It's one of those properties that's in public domain, so it's remade constantly, just like Robin Hood and shit like that. It's like, guys, enough.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I
love stop motion, and I thought the Guillermo del Toro Pinocchio was gorgeous, and I think it's a really good interpretation of the story. If you're not Pinocchio'd out, which I wouldn't blame anyone for being Pinocchio'd out, I really wouldn't.
Yeah,
I would watch it again.
Yeah, that's the reason I haven't gotten around to the Frankenstein yet, just because I have no interest in another fucking telling of Frankenstein. Like, I think the last one, like the last retelling or whatever that I enjoyed was like the Roger Corman one that he did in the 90s, where it was like nothing about, like it was like a time travel movie about Frankenstein. And like, I was like, this is different. I kind of dig this. But yeah, I don't care. Like,
do you guys think that, like, just to go on what you're saying, Joe, do you think that Frankenstein works better as a tragedy or a straight horror?
Tragedy.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like I said, I'll probably watch because I like Del Toro. I'm just like, I don't need another fucking Dracula. Like everyone's I'll save it for when we talk about stuff coming up next year. But yeah, like I don't need these classic stories being retold to me over and over again. Like, it's just like, I don't care about the interpretation and stuff. Like, it is what it is. Like, once it, like, I like the Corman one. I like the old Karloff. Of course, I think Bride of Frankenstein is better than Frankenstein.
I 100% agree with that.
Right. I think most people agree with that sentiment.
One of my favorite films of all time, actually.
Right. Like once in a blue moon, I'll watch Mary Shelley's. I'm not really big on the Hammer Frankenstein. I think the Hammer Dracula movies are better. Plus the Hammer Frankenstein series just went in some weird ass fucking directions.
It got weird.
There was a lot of grape. Yeah.
I like how that has turned into the actual euphemism for the real word now. I don't know if you guys have noticed this.
Yeah.
But a lot of times when people are going to use that word, they just go ahead and say grape.
Yeah.
Whitest kids.
Yep. They did it. They were the first ones.
Yep.
I'm going to chain her to the radiator and grape you in the mouth. Oh God. Classic. So before we move on, let me just do the little 30-second pay the bills, and So new year, new goals, and better energy to match. W Energy gives you the clean fuel with no sugar or fillers, powered by coffee fruit extract and B vitamins. It's what I use before the gym or when I need to stay locked and loaded and focused when I have to do editing. Flavors like bleeding orange, Japanese soda, Tiger Blood, or like my nice little complimentary tub that I got at Grandma's Lemonade Hydration. They help you start the year strong. So click on that QR code up in the corner, or head over down into the description below for a link, or just go to w.gg and place your order. And when you get to the checkout, use the code Full Circle Radio, and you get 10% off your order. And that's every order, not just your first order. Everything you do kind of helps out the channel just a little bit. So don't be a dummy. Get yourself a tubby of Dubby. Dubby Energy. Be better.
Can I piggyback off of Mark?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I think I have a good one to piggyback here. So I really love the movie that I think I might love as much as Mark loved Frankenstein, maybe. And it is also a retelling of a classic story. It is also a horror movie. It's foreign though. It's called The Ugly Stepsister, and it tells the tale of Cinderella.
I heard about it. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, it tells the tale of Cinderella from the stepsister's point of view, which is I don't think ever been done before.
Yeah,
and it is one of the most bananas body horror films you will see in your life.
Really?
I saw a Letterboxd review that said, "Homegirl watched The Substance and said, 'Hold my beer.'"
Well then,
That is a glowing endorsement.
yeah.
Not only is it the grossest, bloodiest adaptation of Cinderella, dare I say it's the best adaptation of Cinderella.
Damn.
What? Okay.
It-
All right.
This thing is something. But in all the grossness and visceral mutilation and grotesque things that this woman does to her body to be more beautiful than Cinderella, the movie itself is beautiful. There's like these dance sequences that are phenomenally shot. The costumes look tremendous. The hair and makeup is flawless. The performances are terrific. I was blown away by this. I saw that it was playing in the theater, and I heard some buzz about it from some people, mostly Letterboxd, and I was like, I don't know. And as I kept seeing more and more people gush about this movie, I was like, I think I got to see this. So when I did my Hooptober, I made it the foreign film from France, or I think it's French. And I said, I gotta watch this in Halloween time. And boy, was I happy I did. It might be the best movie I watched during the Hooptober, the 30 movies I watched. It might be the best one. No, that's not true, because we had to watch Wizard of Oz for it. But yeah, might be. Yeah, they made you watch Wizard of Oz for some reason. I don't know why, which was okay, because I watched Return to Oz right after, which is kind of a horror movie. it's so
Yes.
yeah. So yeah, man. Ugly Stepsister. Luckily now it's on a lot of streaming services. It's on AMC Plus, because if you have AMC Plus, you have Shudder. So it's on Shudder.
Okay.
But it's also on Hulu. So recently on Hulu. But yeah, I can't. If you can stomach body horror, I can't recommend it enough. Loved The Ugly Stepsister. Really great.
Nice.
Cool.
Well, speaking to piggyback off of you, with two things you said, because you mentioned body horror, and you also mentioned about Coppola and how it was probably Coppola's last film that we saw this year. We had another director come out with their final film this year, who usually does body horror, and they released a film that really didn't have body horror in it. I mean, a tiny bit.
Is this what I think you're going to say?
David Cronenberg.
Wait, so is this definitely his last film?
Yes, he said it is his final film.
Okay, and it makes a lot of sense, and I'll talk about it with you when you.
Yeah,
when you
so Cronenberg released his final film this year. It was called Shrouds. And I always forget the dude's name. It's the French guy who was the Night Fox in Ocean's 12 and Ocean's 13.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's really fucking good. Like I haven't seen him do a bad role yet. I always forget his name. But The premise of the movie is he is this wealthy industrialist who owns this tech company that makes these burial shrouds and these high-tech cemeteries where the body is wrapped in this shroud completely, and you can turn on the screen on the tombstone and see their body deteriorate. And the whole idea is because his wife was Jewish, and the Jewish faith is you have to be buried within 48 hours of death. And it's because they believe that the spirit holds on to the body, and it has to see the body decaying for it to be able to move on, which is why, like, I guess with a lot of Jewish funerals, like, they don't do embalming and all that stuff. So the whole premise is he owns this thing, and he showed, like, his wife died of lymphoma, and he basically had this design for his wife, but he's expanding his cemeteries to like Budapest and Reykjavik and all these places. And, and like right at the beginning of the movie, basically like he's on a blind date, doesn't really go that well or whatever. And then the cemetery gets vandalized, and he gets like every person who has, they get locked out. And they're trying to figure out cyber crime, big hack, yada, yada. And so the whole movie is basically trying to figure out what's going on there. I'm just going to pull it up here because I forget the name of the actress, and I don't want to
Diane Kruger.
Yes. So Diane Kruger plays 3 roles in it. She plays his deceased wife. She plays his deceased wife's sister, who I guess they were twins.
They're twins, yeah.
Yeah, they're twins. And she also does the voice of his AI assistant on his phone. Guy Pearce is in it. Guy Pearce plays his ex-brother-in-law because he's divorced from his wife's sister. But he's the guy that basically designed the programming of the Shrouds and designed the programming for his AI bot and all this stuff. So it's kind of like a mystery of what's going on. Meanwhile, he's still coping with the loss of his wife 5 years later, and he's trying to get this business deal to expand to Budapest. And there's this big industrialist who's interested in not only funding the cemetery, but also being buried in one of them. And he has a wife that's doing all the business for him because he's like terminally ill, and she's blind. So there's a bunch of stuff going on.
Too much.
There's too much going on. Exactly. There's too much going on. I was enjoying it. And I was like, there's parts where it flashes and you have to realize he's in a dream sequence or he's having a flashback or stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And you kind of get it right away. But it's like, it's ramping up. And I'm like, all right, this is cool. I'm digging this. I'm digging this. I'm digging this. And then it gets to the end, which comes out of nowhere. And it's not really an end. I was waiting for the next fucking scene to happen. And I was like, credits? What the fuck is going on? And then, of course, I go and check and like, nope, there's no sequel plan. This is his final fucking film.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, Cronenberg, like, just fart in church left.
So the Shrouds does not work for me. Does not work on multiple levels. I don't know if you've read. It
worked if it kept going.
Well, I don't know if you read his him trying to get the project off the ground. Have you read anything about it?
Well, basically, it was his method of coping with his wife's death, which is why he wrote the movie.
Which is why I don't want to shit on the movie, because it's obviously a personal thing for him. It came out the way he wanted. But he originally intended this. He pitched it to Netflix as a series.
Yes, that's right.
And they wouldn't make it. Now, if they did, I think it would work a lot better. You need at least 6 hours. You need at least 6 hours for what this guy's trying to put on screen here. It's like
there's so much you can tell. Like there was like giant chunks taken out because like all of a sudden it's like, wait, what about the Yakuza? Wait, what's going on? What now? Like,
but I also couldn't help but think like I feel horrible for the guy. He lost his wife, but a lot of what Vincent Castle, that's the actor, and he cast Vincent Castle because he looks similar to Cronenberg. A lot of the problem for me is like you make this heartfelt movie about your wife, and the main through line with him and the loss of his wife and her body being mutilated and the cancer surgeries and everything.
It's her body.
Her body, and him not being
referring to her as her body.
And he seems to care about is I can't touch her the same way, and I can't have sex with her the same way. To the point where he then has sex with her sister because she looks like her.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like it's very, very weird only because if this is what you're trying to put out there, it's like you're the love letter to your wife. I mean, I don't know if that's what I'd want the public to see as what I think of my wife. Like, again, I'm a guy. I understand the feeling. You want to be intimate, and you have the memory of the physicalness of what you had with your partner, and you don't want that to change most of the time in any sense, no matter if it's someone just, I can't shit on the guy because obviously this is massively important to him. And I feel bad, but I just think it's not handled correctly the way I would do it. I mean, kudos to him. He's an auteur. He does what he wants to do.
And his kids are carrying the family, trend. So
yep.
I won't even go into that because I'm sure I will pick something of his kids at some point on our podcast. But I just don't think it. I don't think it works. And I feel bad. I even when I wrote my review of it, I said as much. I don't want to trounce on a guy who clearly is making something very, very personal. But again, I just don't think it works as a film. I sort of have this problem with like I don't know if you guys have seen Ari Aster's Beau is Afraid, and I don't think that film works either. And it's like, dude,
that's
you could
very
just
divisive film. I know I haven't watched it, but that's the general consensus.
Yeah.
But my main problem with it is like, dude, like we're not your therapists. like seriously, like go to therapy and work this out. Don't put this on a 3-hour reel of film. Like I don't want to work your problems out in a theater while I watch it. You work that out. It's like, and I guess putting it on film is you working it out, but I don't want to pay for the privilege to hear your therapy session.
That's the thing. Pay to see it.
Maybe if Cronenberg had wrote this as a novel and written it as 800 pages and just gone to town, go through your catharsis. I understand. I don't think this was the way to do it.
Or wrote out the treatment and let one of his kids do it if he wasn't going to be able to continue his work.
Again, I think the way to do this was what he envisioned. Netflix, I have a 8-part limited series for you. My name is David Cronenberg. You shit money out for much worse garbage than what I'm going to give you.
Right.
Give it to me. Let me do it. And they should have said yes. And that's it. And it probably would have been a better, we would have been better for it. I mean, I don't know. I've seen bizarre concept things that Netflix has chose to do. Netflix and Amazon, they both let Nicholas Winding Refn make very long TV series that are bizarre. You can let David Cronenberg of all people do one. So I don't know. Yeah. The Shrouds.
I was pissed that it just ended out of nowhere and there was no resolution. And there was Cronenberg is better than that. That's what I fucking hate. Like, say what you want. He's done some weird fucking stuff, but he's, at least it's been, you can follow it and you can see like what he was trying to do. This movie, it feels like it feels like it's incomplete.
See,
I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe there's no ending because there's no end for him. I mean, he can't, there's no closure on the film because he can't have closure, that's
what it felt like with that last scene.
Again, I understand all this, but you have to put yourself in the eyes of a viewer at sometimes and be like,
It's a very good point.
Right.
You could say that about a lot of filmmakers, really. Like,
right. Just because like the whole thing was like, it was like, okay, so you start banging the blind Asian chick who, I'm sorry, but I think the whole thing was she wasn't blind. I think that was a plot line that got taken out. Because when they go to the park, or seeing eye dogs like turning and trying to sniff all the other people, I'm like, seeing eye dogs don't do that.
I didn't even register.
It was like the dog was they were focused on the dog doing it. I'm like, I'm waiting.
So much.
He's not blind.
So much of it was bizarre that like I can't even flesh that out. Like it's bizarre from the beginning.
Right, but it's like he starts banging her when her husband's still alive, and then he starts banging his ex-sister-in-law, and then all of a sudden it's like, nope, I'm gonna go live in Budapest with this chick, and then while I'm on the plane with her, she basically turns into my dead wife with the Asian chick's head on it, and the end.
Can we also talk about how terrible Guy Pearce is in this movie? I mean, Guy
Pearce was literally just acting like Aldrich Killian in the first part of Iron Man 3.
He went from what
I thought was about that.
He went from what I thought was the best supporting performance of the year before. I thought he was brilliant in The Brutalist, to turning in whatever the fuck this was. I'm like, this is not the same guy. This is terrible.
That's unfortunate because I
really
like
paranoid Jewish nerd. That's like what his character was.
It was bad. It was really bad. Yeah. I did like Diane Kruger. She was good.
Yeah. She was probably the best part of the movie.
Yeah. I would avoid.
It's amazing.
I mean, I think it's worth a watch once just to see, like, maybe someone's seeing something that I'm not. But
the wild thing is they released it on Criterion's like sister imprint, which I forget what it's called, but so it's out on there too. Janus Film Collection is what they call it. I'm glad I watched it, I guess, but I mean, it's bizarre.
I literally watched it because they're like, this is David Cronenberg's last movie. I'm like, okay, and then no.
Yeah, which I had no idea going in. Originally, this was supposed to come out in 2024.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm definitely going to see Cronenberg. I'm going to go see a Cronenberg movie. And then came out to little fanfare, went to see it in theater. Just puzzled.
Yes.